What's up, money growers? Jacob back here with another video, coming to you guys today to talk about something that for a lot of you who watch this channel, you guys have seen a lot of my Navy Federal Credit Union videos, and this is something important that you're going to want to know. This actually has just recently happened to me, which is why I'm making a video on it to help you guys out, okay? So you guys get to learn from my experience here, which this one started off not one of the better ones I've had with Navy Federal, but actually I'll tell you guys it does end kind of well here as far as like Navy Federal's employees and their customer service and that kind of thing. So guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because this is a video that's going to help a lot of you when it comes to looking for a credit limit increase. So we're going to go over a little of the information Navy Federal has here and that kind of thing, but then I'm going to tell you my experience and how like Navy Federal kind of just left me hanging out in the cold for a little bit. And I just happened, I was calling about something else, just happened to actually get on the conversation of a credit limit increase, and the lady I was on the phone with has been hugely helpful. So guys, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to talk about this. Maybe you've had this happen to you. Most people I hear about in the comment section, when they do a credit limit increase, it goes really smooth for them and like it's no problem. For me, that has not been the case, okay? Getting credit limits with Navy Federal has not been an easy process for me. So the late night hack didn't work that well. This increase so far hasn't worked that well. But here's the deal, okay? So Navy Federal, they've got some info on their website, right? When to ask for a credit limit increase, right? They give you some good info here about utilization, when why you would want to do it. Maybe you're going to buy something big, so you need more, room for utilization. You want your credit score to grow or to improve, that kind of thing. So they do have things here they want to take in consideration before asking for the limit increase. Account age and standing. That's a big one where they will say they often like people to wait at least 3 billing cycles or, the 91 days before requesting a credit limit increase. I have heard of people doing it before the 91 days or before the 3 billing cycles and having success with it. I didn't do it that way, and you guys are going to see here in just a minute. Time since the last increase, so again, like the whole waiting 3 months, 91 days kind of thing. Your income, employment status, payment history, all that kind of stuff, okay? So they go over some of this here on the website for you. They also give some good info here. Not on that part. Here we go, here. So about frequently asked questions, okay? So this is some important stuff to remember, but it's funny because some of this is conflicting from what you will hear, data points of other people and their experience with Navy Federal. So asking how you can do the credit line increase. You can call them, do it over the phone if you want, which most people you'll say, and you'll probably see in the comment section, will say don't do that because they say it's usually going to be a hard pull if you do it over the phone. I've talked to different reps. I did have a rep say one time that over the phone, he goes, it's possible. It could be a soft pull or even that it could be an automatic approval. It just kind of depends. So automatic approval is, I think, 5, maybe 10% of the time. But most people say if you do it over the phone, there's a good chance it's going to be a hard pull. If you do it on the website or on the app, there's a way better chance it's going to be a soft pull. Now, I did mine online. I just signed it online and did the request right there, went into my account. It's pretty straightforward to request a limit increase. You get to put in the amount that you would like to go to. So that's what you do. You get to put in the amount that you would like to go to from wherever you're at, and they'll review it, and they'll give you an answer. It says if you prefer, you can send us a secure message through online banking. I didn't do it that way. So what they're going to need from you, your employment information, income details, and your housing expenses. You're going to fill that all in, and you're going to state it like you did before for the credit card. Actually, now this part here says, will you pull my credit report? Now this right here says yes. First thing they say is yes, they will. It says when you submit a credit line increase application, you'll be asked to give Navy Federal permission to obtain a consumer credit report so we can evaluate your credit worthiness. So, the whole thing about hard inquiry, soft inquiry with Navy Federal, like I said earlier, most people will tell you, you go online, you do it through the app, there's a way better chance it's going to be a soft inquiry, okay? Over the phone, apparently it's supposed to be a lot more probable it's going to be a hard inquiry, all right? Now, if you do get denied, it talks about the most common reasons why here, okay? Now, it says these are the most common reasons. Of course, there could always be some other reason. And they're going to send you a letter letting you know. I think they have within 30 days, you're supposed to be getting a letter telling you why. So, like, if you get approved for a credit card, they'll send you a letter with, like, your score on it, which I think I have it right here. I've talked about this before. I'll do another video on this. Your internal score with Navy Federal. Yeah, this is basically like how they grade you, how they look at you. So you do get an internal score from Navy Federal. So basically have like their own grading system for you is what they have. Like their own basically like internal FICO score, if you will. Now, it says some of the reasons why this would get denied, right? Account is too new. So like if you applied before the whole 91 days, but again, some people have success with that. You've got to change the credit line, right? Delinquent payments, past payments, not enough income. A lot of the typical stuff you would expect to see, right? Why you would get denied for a credit card or why even your credit score would go down and that kind of thing, okay? So I submitted mine. I got no answer. After a couple of days, I was like, okay, because it said they needed to. It didn't say yes or no right away. I think it said they were just going to need more time to process it. So actually, the next day I called, no answer. The rep checked, he said it was still in process. I called the next day after that, rep said it was still in process. I called a couple days later and was calling about something else, and I just asked the rep. I said, I said, can you check to see if my credit limit increase has been approved? And the lady checked. She goes, yeah. She looked. She goes, no. It says it's actually been denied. And I was like, really? I said, well, does it say why? And she says, nope, it doesn't say why. She said there was reason, and there was some like code, like 0158, something like that, right? But she says that she can't see why it was denied because I got no message in my account from Navy Federal, no email from them, no phone call, no nothing. And I asked her, I was like, okay, well, it said, I've got nothing from them saying anything to me about, the denial. I was like, how would I, is there a way I could find out? She's like, nope. She was like, they're not going to, basically saying that I would have to just call in to find out. I remember laughing like, well, shoot. I said, I'm glad I called in when I did. So I thought it was bizarre. She said, there's no way they would actually contact me to let me know. I just had to call and find out. And then I said, okay, so well, what about, applying for another card or another credit limit increase? She told me I had to wait 6 months to do another credit limit increase. That's what she told me. She said, you have to wait 6 months to do another credit limit increase, but she said you can request another card whenever you want. Right? Some of you are probably listening to this going like, what the hell? And I was thinking that too. I'm like, wow, that sounds kind of bizarre. But it's my first time ever requesting an increase. I've only had the card for 4 months or something like that. So I'm like, okay. So I called today to Navy Federal, and I'm talking, actually, I was asking questions about doing a balance transfer. And I just happened to mention, about my credit limit increase application, how it got denied. And the lady goes, she goes, well, let me take a look at that. So she looked it up. This lady was awesome. This lady was badass. Okay, this rep totally made up for the last one. Navy's customer service is usually pretty good. Like the both ladies were plenty nice, but the first one, obviously, you're going to see did not have near the knowledge as this one. And she goes, well, let me look it up for you. So she looks up my account, the next rep I'm talking to here a couple days later, and she goes, actually, looks like it hasn't been decided yet. And I was like, what? They haven't decided, like, it was a yes or no? She goes, no. She said a couple days ago that they said they need more info, so they want to see some documents from you. I'm like, oh, okay. And I have 2 weeks to, she's like, you have 2 weeks to show them. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to how am I supposed to know this? I said, I got no messages from, I checked while we're on the phone. I had no messages, no email, no text, no phone call, no nothing. And she goes, yeah, that's really bizarre. It's like, usually they will contact you. She's so sorry for all that. So basically they just want to see, they just want to see proof of your income and that kind of thing. And I told her the lady said I can't apply again for another 6 months for limit increase. She goes, no. She goes, that's not true. She was like, usually they like you to wait. She goes, 6 months is generally advised. She said from the lending department, that's what they typically advise. But she goes, especially if you get denied, she's like, you can just do it again if you want. There's nothing stopping you. So she was way cool in telling me all this kind of stuff. So, and I asked her too, because when I asked about reconsideration, because I asked the first lady, I said, okay, well, is there any kind of reconsideration? Banks have, right? You can say, hey, can I go through reconsideration to see if they'll approve this card or approve this increase? And she said no. She was just like, whatever they say is what they say. And I'm like, well, do they come back with a counter offer? Maybe they say, well, we're not going to give you this much, but we'll give you this much. She goes, no, it's just whatever they say. Well, I speak to the second lady, and she goes, no. She's like, they do. She's like, you can ask for reconsideration. She goes, and if you say, say you want a certain amount, and they don't approve you for that amount, but they will come back, or they can come back, and they can say, we'll approve you for this amount. So basically they have three options. Either they can say yes, or they can say no. They can counter, or if they need more information from you, you can send in the information, and they either say yes to the amount you are requesting. They can flat out say no if they want. That's a possibility. Or they can say no, but we'll approve you for this much. So those are the options you have. So I wanted to make this because it was a bizarre scenario for someone, people make mistakes, right? And, people who are reps for banks and financial institutions are no different. And I've had some mistakes in the past before with Navy Federal talking to different reps. But this one, man, this lady told me several things that when I was talking to the next lady a couple days later, she's like, no, that's not true. That's not true. No, this should have happened. No. She was great. The second lady was awesome. So that helped make up for it. But if you guys find yourself in this situation where you just get told, yeah, you're denied, basically tough shit, you do have some options. So I would encourage you to call back, speak to someone else, because sometimes different reps say different things and that kind of thing. Not all customer service reps are created the same, right? Not all of them have the same skill set and the same level of service. So call back, see if they can help you, see what your options are. Maybe they just need some info from you. But you still have options even if you do get denied that initial credit limit increase. So I just want to share that with you guys. Hopefully this is helpful in case you ever find yourself in that situation. But hey, I want to help do this. Hopefully it is helpful. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep growing your money.